Welcome to Click. I'm Spencer Kelly. What comes to mind when you think of London? Buckingham Palace, Piccadilly Circus, there's guys in the crazy costumes at the Tower of London, and of course, the traffic. It's the same in any big city, but it's not all buses, cars and lorries. More and more Londoners are cycling around the capital these days. And the problem is, although it is technically the healthy option, it really isn't the safest.
London has experienced a real surge in the popularity of cycling. The number of journeys has doubled since the year 2000, but this inevitably brings its own dangers. Recently, 6 cyclists were killed in the space of 2 weeks on London roads. It brought the total number of cycle-related deaths on the city's streets this year to 14. 9 of them involved a heavy goods vehicle, with several of those accidents happening when the vehicle was turning left, the side furthest away from the driver.
The problem is, as the front of a long vehicle starts to turn left around a corner like this, the rest of the body of the vehicle gets closer and closer to the curb. And if there happens to be a cyclist there, even if they stop, there's nothing they can do as that large vehicle starts to cut across the corner. However, Lara Lewington has been looking at some tech that may just make the driver's blind spot a thing of the past.
Life on inner city streets. So many people, all eager to reach their various destinations as quickly as possible. As a cyclist, you can feel vulnerable. It's easy for me to see the bus, but not so easy for them to see me. And I can appear unexpectedly. And that's where the CycleI comes in. Created by Bristol startup Fusion Processing, it could hold the key to making our roads safer.
The drivers are often overloaded with information and can either miss cyclists either because they can't see them because the cyclist's in a blind spot, or simply because there's just so much else going on, their attention is drawn elsewhere, and the cyclist has maybe come up alongside them very rapidly and they haven't had time to actually notice that.
This prototype device uses a camera and depth-sensing radar to detect exactly where objects are next to the bus. That's the easy bit. The really clever thing, though, is figuring out whether or not that indiscriminate blob is a pedestrian, a car, or indeed a cyclist. Using artificial intelligence and image processing, CycleI detects incoming bikes and immediately alerts the driver to a cyclist they may not have had the chance to see.
Cyclist left.
It can also work at night time or in bad weather.
Cyclist left.
Transport for London recently commissioned a trial including this device. 3 days of tests, even through rush hour conditions, proved it to be 98.5% accurate. It only takes a few moments here in the driver's seat to understand how much there is to keep your eyes on. There are 3 monitors, 3 mirrors, plus there are passengers to let on and off the bus, and of course you're driving down a road. So I can certainly see the benefits in audio alerts to let you know that a cyclist is about to pass.
Drivers' response has been very positive. They're very, very pleased with the system, how it performs. Very pleased that it doesn't give false alerts, which has been a problem with previous attempts to do this. We want to see this on all buses, all trucks, because we believe it will save lives and reduce injuries.
Whilst there's no replacement for responsible driving and cycling, this sort of technology used on buses and even HGVs could go some way to providing safer streets for those on 2 wheels.
Lara Lewington. Now, there are several ways that cyclists can make themselves more visible to motorists. Lights, obviously, bright coloured clothing. But how about this one? A laser projector on your handlebars.
It's called Blaze, a prototype device that projects the image of a bike about 5 to 6 metres onto the road ahead, something which the makers hope will alert drivers to the oncoming cyclist and prevent them from turning across their path. Because it's been tested and certified as a type of laser that you shouldn't look directly at, it has an inbuilt safety device that stops it working when disconnected from its bike bracket. And it doesn't come cheap at £125 or more than $200. And of course, it can do nothing to help you if you're actually involved in an accident. That's where your cycle helmet comes in. Although in the future, you might not actually notice it's there until, that is, it's needed. This is Hoofding, the so-called invisible cycle helmet. It's actually an airbag for cyclists. It's the result of several years spent studying the different types of impact and head injuries suffered by riders. Its creators say that the hood-like shape has been designed in response to current accident statistics, protecting the entire head while leaving the field of vision open. It's the brainchild of Anna Haupt and Therese Alstein, whom I caught up with online in Click's cyber studio. First of all, why did you invent this helmet?
In Sweden, it's actually just around 20% of all adult cyclists who use head protection when they're cycling.
It's obviously an airbag, isn't it? So I'm sure many people would be concerned that it's not actually as safe as a normal helmet.
We have a shock absorbance capacity in our product compared to conventional helmets that is more than 3 times better. So the protection for your brain and for your skull is superior.
This thing has to inflate before your head hits something. How fast does it inflate? And do you have any evidence that some impacts happen faster than that?
It inflates in 1/10 of a second, which is very quick. We have actually reenacted all known bicycle accidents with our product in cooperation with the experts in cycle accidents and skull injuries, in order to optimize the trigger function in the product and make it inflate when it's supposed to and not inflate when it's not supposed to. There is something that we call direct hit towards the head. If you should go directly with your head into a beam or where there's no movement within your body before impact, that's a kind of accident that would not be able to be protected with our product. But it's extremely rare.
Therese, thanks very much for your time and good luck with it.
Thank you.